I'm Shelby Holiday, and it's time for Barron's Buzz. Joining me to discuss the latest issue is senior editor Jack Howe. Jack, let's talk about motorcycles. Why not? Your cover story this week poses the question, is Harley-Davidson still in the fast lane? What's the deal?
The stock has gotten a huge, I guess, Trump bump, you could call it, right? It's the ultimate American brand. It's a great brand. It's a well-managed company. There's a lot going for it.
Manufacturing.
Right. But
made in America.
The demographics are the problem. Middle-aged, a group dear to my heart, middle-aged white guys, right? They are
who we are watching right now on screen.
They are on the decline. The number of this core age group that buys Harley-Davidson motorcycles, they're just on the decline, and it's a really tough headwind. The company has tried to reach out to other groups, other ethnic groups, other age groups.
Women.
Yeah, they've had some limited success there, but the number of riders that kind of look like me or me plus a few years even is just so large that it becomes hard to offset that.
Have you ever ridden a Harley? You don't exactly look like a Harley rider, but I'll give you this one.
I'm more of a minivan rider.
I got your point. Yeah, exactly. Dorky dad.
Whoa.
All right, next up. What's up with hedge funds? They love to hate ETFs, but they also love, as you point out, to invest in them.
Yeah,
what's going on here?
They've been poo-pooing ETFs for a long time. Now, ETFs became larger than hedge funds a couple of years ago. Our writer does a dive here into this and discovers that ETFs or hedge funds are using these ETFs, first of all, for hedging purposes. Why? Because they like that they're cheap and easy. The same reason a lot of people are buying ETFs. They also use them for factor exposure. She's got a list of some of the favorite ETFs that hedge funds have been buying. Investors might want to do as these hedge funds are doing rather than following what they say.
Okay, so perhaps some tips in there for readers. And last but not least, cigarette companies are getting sneaky. They can't advertise on TV, they can't advertise on the radio, but they've done an incredible job reaching out to people online, as you guys point out.
I think that Twitter should be paying attention to Marlboro here. Twitter has had some struggles increasing the number of monthly average users recently, but Marlboro had a presentation this week where it's boasting about over 30% growth in what it calls digital connections. These are groups of people who are opting in to receive its messages and so forth. And on mobile devices, it says the number doubled. So why the big push? Well, one reason is they can't advertise, so they need to do customer outreach somewhere, potential customer outreach. But the other reason is that coming down the road later this year, they have this new smokeless tobacco device. It's called IQOS. I think it looks like kind of a chunky smartphone charging case with kind of, those are like half-length, I guess, cigarettes that you buy. You put it in the device.
And they're heated rather than burned.
Exactly.
Right?
So reviewers say, well, it's closer to the real thing than vaping. So, if you want to sell this kind of thing, I think you need to reach out to maybe younger, more tech-savvy potential customers. So perhaps the reason for the digital push on the part of Marlboro.
And it's working. As you point out, Wells Fargo says these things could overtake 30% of the market by 2025.
Yeah, Wells Fargo thinks this is huge for the future of tobacco. We'll see. It's doing very well in Japan. We'll see what happens when it hits the U.S.
Fascinating. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And as always, you can catch Barron's online and on newsstands. Have a great weekend.